It's 6 o'clock. Please rise the pledge. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If everyone would remain standing, can we just take a moment of silence to honor the young man who lost his life, Harvey Najee? Thank you all. This is the annual organizational meeting, and then following that will be our board meeting. We're going to run through this. I know there's a soccer match tonight. I promise we won't make it all the way to that. My first appointment, I'm appointing Tim Lane as deputy mayor to serve in my stead during my absence or my inability to act and vest in him all the powers and duties of mayor as per section 4-400 of the village law. I am also reappointing Steve Rafis, Esquire, as village attorney for the ensuing official year. Someone from the Rafis law firm shall act on his behalf in his absence. I need a second.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
He's got you appoint him, he's got a village then.
So we all have to read these resolutions.
Yeah, okay, I'll read.
Okay.
Mayor Marsh reappointed Stephen J. Rafis, Esquire, as the village attorney for the ensuing official year. Someone from the Rafis law firm shall act on behalf of his absence. Resolved that the reappointment of by Mayor Marsh of Stephen Rafis, Esquire, as village attorney for the ensuing official year is hereby approved, and be it resolved that the legal servicing procedure for the issuance of bonds, abstracts, titles, and any litigated matters shall be considered extra services, compensation for which shall be determined and audited by the Board of Trustees.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I am appointing Dave Watson, Esquire, as the appeals officer for Freedom of Information requests.
Trustee Neiman offered the following resolution and moved its adoption. Let's see what my resolution is. Resolve the appointment by Mayor Marsh of David Watson, Esquire, as the appeals officer for Freedom of Information requests for the ensuing official year be and hereby is appointed.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I am reappointing Danielle Freeman to the Zoning Board of Appeals for a 3-year term ending on the 2nd day of July, 2029.
Whereas the zoning board of appeals of this village was established by local law number 1 of 1976, and whereas this board has approved the appointment of several members thereof, and therefore be it resolved that the reappointment by Mayor Marsh of Danielle Freeman to the zoning board of appeals of the village of Menands be and here be is approved for the term ending July 2nd, 2029, and be further resolved that the village clerk be and he here be is directed to notify the previously mentioned citizen of his
Yes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I am reappointing John Bassett as chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the ensuing official year.
Whereas the zoning board of appeals of this village was established by local number 1 of 1986, and whereas the board has approved the appointment of several members thereof, and therefore be it resolved that the reappointment of John Bassett as chairman of the zoning board of appeals of the village of Menands be and hereby is approved for the term ending July 6, 2027, and be it further resolved that Don Handerhan, village clerk, be and hereby is directed to notify the aforesaid citizen of his appointment.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I am reappointing Mike Stewart as vice chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals for the ensuing official year.
Whereas the zoning board of appeals of this village was established by local law number 1 of 1976, and whereas this board has approved and appointed of the several members thereof, and therefore be it resolved that the reappointment of Michael Stewart as the chairman of the zoning board of appeals of the village of Menands be and hereby is approved for a term ending July 6th, 2027. And be it further resolved that Donald Handerhan, the village clerk, be and he is hereby directed to notify the aforesaid citizen of his appointment.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? I am reappointing Charles Ansert as an alternate to the Zoning Board of Appeal for a one-year term ending July 6, 2027.
Whereas the zoning board of appeals of this village was established by local law number 1 of 1976, and whereas this board has approved the appointment of several members thereof, and now therefore it be resolved that the reappointment of Charles Ansert as alternate to the zoning board of appeals of the village of Menands be and it hereby is approved for the term ending July 6, 2027, and be further resolved that the village clerk be and he hereby is directed to notify the aforesaid citizen of his appointment.
I'll second. Oh,
All those,
Tim beat me to it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Nope.
I am reappointing Kevin Franklin as historian for the village of Menands for the ensuing official year.
Be resolved that the reappointment by Mayor Marsh of Kevin Franklin as historian of the village of Menands for the ensuing official year be and hereby is approved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I am reappointing Diane Leonard as senior citizen director for Menands for the ensuing official year.
Resolve that the reappointment by Mayor Marsh of Diane Leonard as Senior Citizen Director of the Village of Menands for the ensuing official year be and hereby is approved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I am reappointing Donald Handerhan as Register and reappointing Mary Jane Friedenberg as Deputy Register of Vital Statistics for the Village of Menands for the ensuing official year.
Resolved that the reappointment by Mayor Marsh of Handerhan as registrar and the reappointment of Mary Jane Friedenberg as Deputy Register of Vital Statistics for the Village of Menands be and hereby are approved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, whereas it is to be held, excuse me. Whereas there is to be held during the coming official year, New York State Conference of Mayors Annual Meeting and Training School, New York State Conference of Mayors Fall School for Fiscal Officers and Municipal Clerks, New York State Government Finance Officers and Association Conference, New York Conference of Mayors Public Works Training School, American Water Works Association Conference, SAMPO, New York State Association of Municipal Purchase Officials School, and other conferences of the Chief of Police, Fire Chiefs, Building and Fire Inspectors. And the NYALG, yeah, I'm not even gonna pronounce that one, conference. Whereas it is determined by the Board of Trustees that attendance by certain municipal officials and employees at one or more of these meetings, conferences, or schools benefits the municipality, and that the expense thereof shall be a village charge. Now therefore be it resolved that the following officers and employees are hereby authorized to attend one or more of the above mentioned conferences or schools: mayor, trustees, executive assistants of the mayor, village attorney, village clerk, village treasurer, deputy clerk treasurer, chief of police, superintendent of Department of Public Works, Department of Public Works employees as directed, building and fire inspectors, and fire chiefs, and be it further resolved that the resolution shall take effect immediately.
So I understand they said we have to do this even if something changes, but like the way this reads is better, like we approve this and I can just say to you, well, we already approved that I'm authorized to go. And we agreed no conflict.
I think we said.
Well, the problem is-
Last fiscal year.
I thought we agreed for this year because of the financial position that we were in.
Well, there's no money in the budget.
Yeah,
I thought there was money.
no, we didn't put any money because we said no conflict.
Problem is, you'd have to go pick through because then Mark just knows board license because these guys have to go to conferences for board
That's
license.
up to the board of trade.
But it's only common that they go, you can do what you want, right? I don't care, it's just. I mean, there's no money in the budget, so we're not gonna go, but something that we should pay money.
I mean, I think we still have to approve the resolution because there's certain required ones that some of these people have to go to, whether they go or not.
And are some of these ones in here free?
Yes, so I'm sure there are some that are against free, so.
Some of them are
Some
not.
of them are not, so.
And do people in the normal scope of things, Mark and the water license have to get prior approval to register from their supervisor and whoever's paying the bill.
Sure though that we put money in the to, because.
Do it.
For mandatory trainings, we
Right.
did money in,
Right.
yes, but like,
But like for all of us, like we wanted to put money.
Well, can't we just agree to stipulate that any attending any of the Nikon type stuff has to have board?
that's what I was gonna say, we like change this, like, instead of hereby authorized to attend, like,
With prior,
they ask for prior authorization or something like that.
of the board.
How about we just say may hereby be authorized? So that the following officers, employees may hereby be authorized to attend.
So that they are hereby authorized, they may hereby,
The last paragraph or
yes, change are to may, because we may say no unless it is a required training to keep your water license.
Okay.
I'll second.
As amended,
Yes.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, look at me. All right, this is my favorite one. Whereas the Board of Trustees has determined that, oh no, this isn't the one I like. Whereas the Board of Trustees has determined that village law, section 4-412, subsection 3 and 2, requires the designation of banks or trust companies for the deposit of all village monies. Now, therefore, be it resolved, section 1, the Board of Trustees designated the following institution as the depository of all money received by the village treasurer, clerk, and receiver of taxes. Resolved that the Bank of Greene County be and it be hereby is designated as the official depository of the several funds of the village of Menands for the ensuing official year. And be it further, general fund, consolidated payroll, trust and agency, HRA, park improvement, developer escrow, vehicle savings, equipment savings, fire equipment savings, general fund savings, water savings, sewer savings. Section 2, this resolution is effective immediately.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Maybe that's to, yeah, in the water checking.
Water savings and sewer savings.
No, there's a separate checking.
Well, yeah,
Water checking,
So water checking,
water, sewer.
sewer.
water and sewer checking.
Doesn't matter that, like the fire insurance laws, it's not.
Well, why don't we just list it, because it's a new account, that's essentially the account that all the fire, distributions for expenses will be paid, so it's called.
So literally, it's this list right here that we've got in our financials.
Right.
What is what is the other one?
This is the one from today.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's called the fire,
I hear you.
What is it called?
should be like fire claims.
Fire claims?
And then there's another one.
There's other ones, park improvement, there.
I read that one.
Park is in there.
There's another fire one she's.
Oh,
What
yeah,
is
it's fire equipment savings, fire recovery and restoration.
Fire recovery and restoration.
Yes.
All right, so the laundry list of accounts I read, plus water and sewer checking, fire claims, and fire recovery and restoration. Tim, would you like to second it again?
1 second.
Okay. It's for restoration.
There's also the, south end.
Rapid deployment. Would be rapid deployment.
There's all of these ones too.
Yeah. Police holdings, rapid deployment. Federal asset forfeiture.
That a separate account?
It's listed.
Those aren't really operating.
But operate.
Are we,
Those are pass-through accounts.
Okay, all right, okay. Then
so not the federal one and not the rapid deployment?
They're pass-through, they get money. They get-
Okay.
okay.
Also, where does class fall on here? Because
That's an investment. It's not our official depository.
okay,
What are yours, Ken?
Are you adding in the south end water?
South End Sewer Project, South End Water Project,
are those depository accounts?
South End Water.
Considering the amount of money going through them, I think it couldn't hurt. South End Sewer Project. South End Water Project.
South End Water.
Okay,
As amended,
I'll second.
And you also have just an class.
NICLAS is authorized by our resolution to, it's not an official depository. Huh?
It's still accounts.
All right,
All of them.
or NICLAS. All right, as amended,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Whereas the board may authorize reimbursement of automobile expenses to officers and employees of the village who use their personal automobiles for performing their official duties on behalf of the village. Now therefore be it resolved that such reimbursement hereafter be made at the rate set forth by IRS to such personnel when incurred such expenses unless otherwise negotiated in a collective bargaining agreement, and be it further resolved that when properly authorized, the same be paid upon audit by the Board of Trustees.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I see what you were saying. That's the money is a holiday. That's why I didn't know it was Monday.
Also,
That's
in this
good.
whole packet,
Yeah.
you have Lisa Newman instead of.
No, this
No.
purple one here on this page has
No,
Trustee Newman.
in
Are there other ones?
your like I or
Oh.
A, it says Lisa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I will adjust that.
You will be fine in replacing.
Okay, resolution 270013. I resolve that the next annual organizational meeting to be held on Tuesday, July 6, 2027 at 6 p.m. at the municipal building at hopefully 250.
Hopefully 250, bro.
I was gonna say, should it say what it says on the other ones or wherever it's designated? It says something somewhere else.
Or where designated, or where designated.
You know, I added that in and I
Took it
I
out.
took it out because I was just gonna be helpful. Or as designated.
Optimistic.
Well, it's,
That it says what it says.
Tim, is that a motion?
That's a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye. Okay, here's the one I really wanted. Be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of the Village of Menands that the Records and Disposition Schedule LGS 1 issued according to Article 57A of the Arts and Cultural Affairs Law and continuing legal minimum retention periods for local government records is hereby adopted for use by all officers in legally disposing of valueless records listed therein. Further resolved by Article 57A, only those records will be disposed that are described in the Record Retention and Dispossession Schedule LGS 1 after they have met the minimum periods described therein. Only those records will be disposed of that do not have sufficient administrative, fiscal, legal, or historical value for retention by established legal minimum periods.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Resolved that the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Menands shall be held on the first and third Mondays of each month during the ensuing official year. And if the date of the regular meeting falls on a holiday, such meeting shall be held on the following day. Such a meeting may be adjourned from time to time in the manner prescribed by law and shall be held at the municipal building in said village at 6 p.m. or at such other place or such other time as may hereafter be designated by the Board of Trustees.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I make a motion. General meeting procedures. The mayor presides over meetings of the Board of Trustees and sets agenda for each meeting. If the mayor is absent, the deputy mayor may preside over meetings of the Board of Trustees and appoint a trustee to preside in their place. A quorum will consist of 3 members of the Board of Trustees. To have a resolution approved, it must be entered, seconded, and voted on with the majority of the votes. Every meeting of the Board of Trustees must be open to the public. All meetings will be recorded both on video and audio. Special meetings. Special meetings of the Board of Trustees refer to all board meetings other than regular meetings. A special meeting may be called by the mayor or any trustee upon notice to the entire board. Notice may be given to the board members by telephone, in person, email, or writing at least 72 hours in advance unless an emergency exists. Notice to the public will be provided on the village website, posted in the lobbies of the Menands Police Department and the village office. It will be also sent by Everbridge and posted to social media. At workshops and special meetings, the public may attend but cannot comment unless recognized by the mayor or presiding officer. Public hearings. Notice to the public on the village website, Times Union legal section, posted in the lobbies of the Menands Police Department and the village office at least 7 days before the meeting. It will also be posted on social media. The presiding officer must open the public hearing. The clerk must read the notice of the public hearing. The public must be allowed to comment only on the topic of the public hearing. The presiding officer must close the public hearing. No vote may be taken during the public hearing. Other procedures. Executive session is open to the general public, or is not open to the general public. Video conferencing must provide an opportunity for the public to attend, listen, observe, and participate in the meetings. Notice of the meetings and agendas will be available on the village website and posted in the lobbies of the Menands Police Department and the village office. Public comments. Comments of any length may be provided to the village clerk. The public may only speak during the public comment period. The presiding officer must recognize speakers. Speakers must limit their remarks to 3 minutes. All remarks must be addressed to the board as a body and not to individual board members.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The procurement policy, we did some pretty good tweaks last time. Nothing has changed.
Is Steve on? Steve, are you there? This was responsive to, like, I don't know if he was saying that the way it's written is okay, or if we need to change it.
He's on.
I'm here.
Steve, your email response today to the number 5 and number 6, were you saying that those were worded, the way they were worded was okay, or that we do need to change it?
Give me a second. Let me jump to that email quickly. With respect to number 5 and number 6, the language is fine.
Okay.
And we're talking about the procurement policy, right? Yep. No, the language is fine.
Okay.
Being that nothing has changed, may I request that we waive the reading of the procurement policy?
You may. Thank you.
I'll second.
All right.
There you go.
This one was like 2 or 3 pages.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
And then Steve, this is the one about the authorized payment. We have to remove insurance out of this, correct?
You're on mute, Steve.
I was having a good conversation with myself, so.
There you go. I'll hope you bill yourself your hourly rate for that one.
So that, Molly, that was regarding Village Law 5-524.
Yep.
Okay. So with respect to Village Law 5-524, in terms of advance payments, it does set restrictions in terms of what advance payments can be made without audit or resolution by the board. That does not, my reading of it, that does not include insurance payments. But the reality is that if we get a bill for an insurance payment, whether it has to do with general liability, auto, health, whatever, the board meets twice a month. We're not going to, it just needs to go through Mary Jane, then to the board needs to pass a resolution.
Okay, thank you.
So
So I'm just gonna remove and insurance. So a resolution authorizing payment in advance of audit for public utility services, example, electric, gas, water, sewer, and telephone service, postage, freight, and express charges as authorized by the village law 5-524. Such claims shall be presented for audit at the next regular meeting. A resolution authorizing the treasurer to approve and pay the claims for public utility services, postage, freight, and express charges before the regular meeting at which they are presented for payment shall be.
I'll second as amended.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And you're up.
I make a motion to appoint Menands Fire Department to use the fire apparatus for the following events or rain dates: Santa Claus Holiday Detail, Little League Parade, Menands School Field Day, Halloween Parade, Memorial Day Parade, funeral details with mayor's approval, training classes, and the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Do you want to add Lake George into this?
Yes, we can add them.
Can we add the Lake
George?
Sure.
What's the title of it, Dave?
Hudson Valley Volunteer Firemen Association. Great.
And then I'll second as amended.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
The fee schedule is the same as it was when you guys approved it a couple weeks ago, but I added two things that was on, that were not on there. The open street fee for the excavation permit, and it's cost of advertising and for legal notices. That was never reflected. So we're just gonna pass that on. If somebody does, you have to do a public hearing or site plan to do.
So it's the fee plus
The
the cost to the meeting. Okay.
Yeah. Everything else.
So my question was that I know we started in a new laws, local laws and resolutions, putting as in the fee schedule. Do we have any that are still outstanding that still have like a fee in them?
The only thing that in there is one, there are fines that are in there, but not the fee schedule. All the fee when the codification of the one in there, we saw. We took all the fees out and said.
I knew we were working on it. But I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. And it's there, and our fee schedule mirrors town, city, Warren, and town villages.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we don't have any like local laws or resolutions out there with.
Okay, so the new open, I'm trying to find it.
It's,
I had it, I lost it.
it's on the back of the page. I know.
Thank you. Like that. So the street opening fee is $200 according to the schedule, and you cost to advertise.
Whatever the cost of the.
That's just times you do cost, times you do cost.
Okay, so whatever the time Junior declares it is.
Correct.
Okay.
It's like based on word count.
Just always ridiculous.
So may I make a motion to waive the reading of the rest of the
Sure.
schedule?
We've already approved it.
Thank you.
Are you a second? Okay.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'm going to, if everyone's all right with it, I want to leave everybody's liaison duties the same. What did we add? What was the one we added?
I got library. That's not on
I
here.
don't
Yes.
think we had one to the auxiliary. I thought.
It's,
Yeah.
well, it's
I
Nick.
added,
No, I know,
Yeah.
but it was.
It wasn't in there before. It wasn't.
I put it in there. What?
So
Library,
Lisa still had to make the motion on the fee schedule. I only, what do you
Motion to
do?
waive it.
I only motion to waive.
Okay.
All right, hang on. Backtracking. I make a motion to approve the 2027 fee schedule.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So we're gonna let library to you, Lisa.
Okay.
All right, just reasons.
Who's the liaison for that?
Well,
Right.
me. Yeah, Don's never had a. He just bangs on the wall. He just bangs on the wall.
You gotta go.
Tim is going to continue to act on economic development, with me, and Brianna Coughlin is still part-time youth program director. That is it for,
Yes, it's 6:30, we're gonna start the regular meeting.
6:30, regular meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the June 15th meeting.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Only I forgot to put it on the special meeting, I apologize. I need the minutes of the approval for stuff.
I'll make a motion to approve the meetings for the special meeting.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
All right.
To do that. Mary Jane, we're still working on it. Like, trying to do, we've got all the parts.
So we just all
Okay, so warrant number 3, general is $232,280.97. Water is $17,268.28. And sewer is $1,905.64. Totaling $251,454.89. Payroll number 2 totaling $113,377.30.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Before we go to the change order, David has, something he'd like to talk about. Right in there. There you go.
Well, for those of you that are out there, the village fire trucks, one of them we're hoping to be a total loss. In actuality, we're hoping that all 3 of them are actually deemed a total loss. We just received letters on the 2 that were not actually in the fire, saying that the manufacturer wouldn't actually certify those vehicles, even if they were cleaned and repaired, because of the liability for that. This point in time,
So for the non-knowers, is the certification by the manufacturer or whatever equivalent to passing inspection? Or it is a thing you need for like insurance purposes or something you want to
a
have?
combination of all of that.
Okay,
The certification is essentially, we're not gonna put our name as a liability if something were to happen a year from now after it was all repaired and something malfunctions. It would then go to the dealer or to the manufacturer, hey, this needs to be repaired. We think it's because of this.
mhm,
They're not gonna put their names on it and say, we give this piece of apparatus the okay to go back into service because anything could happen. But by the time you get into the nitty gritties of electronic components and everything else,
sure
who
enough.
knows what is good and what's bad,
Right,
damage or anything.
okay, thank you.
Feel free to interrupt if you have any questions as I go.
I'll try not to.
So with that, the one that's still inside the firehouse, we believe is going to be as a total loss because the manufacturer has fulfilled the requests of the insurance company to say, how much would it cost to re-chassis the body that doesn't appear to be as damaged as everything else? That number came back at roughly $1.6 million to take that body off of that fire truck, put it back on another one. The insurance covers a number that we can discuss in executive session without putting too much information if we need to. Or if the village is comfortable with me saying that number again. The squad is covered, which is the one that was on fire, is covered for $900,000. So the 1.6 million is substantially more than what the insurance is willing to cover. We were hoping to have an official total. What I believe is holding it up is ultimately the investigation is still ongoing, and that is the one that is under the investigation. So they don't want to total anything because they still needed to do the investigation.
Mhm.
It's all to be there. Sutton, who is, or Vandermolen, who is the manufacturer that we use for service, who currently has the other two apparatus up there, has a engine that is available in the next 3 to 4 months for a substantial discounted price. It's called a stock demo unit. Normally, these units are built for them to drive around, show people, hey, this is what this
They
engine
bring
is
them to
like.
their fire truck conferences and say, please buy a fire truck just like this one.
Yeah,
I do.
it's like when you put a new car out of the lot and
Right.
say, hey, this is the new car, this is the new model. We were given a price of $984,153.34. I'm hoping that the village board will consider tonight signing an agreement to purchase such said piece of apparatus. This apparatus, we are not owed, we're not due to pay any money until we take receipt of the apparatus itself.
Mhm.
We believe it could be in 3 to 4 months. There's also some flexibility with the manufacturer of actually playing the delivery date with the hopes that the insurance then does pay that out. Eventually it pays out all 3. We can see what happens there. If not, if it is only the squad that's paid out, there's roughly $84,000 in change that the village would be responsible for. There is roughly $75,000 available in my budget between equipment and miscellaneous. I would venture to guess that based off of what happens insurance wise and a few tests that are coming back about the building, that the vast majority, if not all of our equipment is going to be covered under the insurance, which has full replacement. Essentially freeing up my budget to allow the coverage or offset of that if the insurance doesn't cover everything. I've gotten into a whole world of life that I never thought of.
Right.
As a garbage man, to be honest. I can probably tell you more about insurance than I ever do this whole time. The main reason for this kind of push is ultimately this starts the process of getting us back to being as self-sufficient as possible within the time frame that we're kind of building out. It allows us to give Shaker Road their engine back, which then gives them their piece of apparatus and equipment. We're still continuing to work with Scout Heights as of right now. So it's still just one less worry for somebody else's department if something else were to happen. I'm sure it's not people love hearing that. But that's what it is. There's also the time frame. Typically, if you were to buy a brand new engine, it's roughly $1.1 to $1.2 million.
Right.
So there is less money. It also takes about 1.5 to 2 years to get that piece of equipment. This is available 3 to 4 months from now.
So the discussion for the board is, are we, we have the difference to make up and through David's budget and or the difference of that from contingency. And are we willing to roll the dice on the fact that do we feel comfortable with the 3 to 4 month time frame for settling
Right.
the
At
insurance?
least one piece of apparatus.
The
insurance.
Insurance adjustment feels confident that the squad is a no-brainer.
Our public,
Correct.
our public insurance adjuster, okay.
That it's, there's no question.
Right,
They've already done the math. And last time I checked, $1.6 million is more than $900,000. So it seems like an easy decision.
what,
It's just getting,
how long, right? How long does the investigation part usually take for them to say cause A, cause B, whatever, so that the insurance company will say, total, here's your check?
We had actually been contacted by a chief from a department that had something similar to this happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
He said their investigation took around 3 months for everything, for them to actually release the cause of what happened.
Okay,
so
We're at about a month and a half.
right,
the tablet,
The item in question
okay,
was recently acquired by the ATF to be investigated, x-rayed, do whatever they need to do to ultimately decide if that was the actual cause.
okay. Now you made me forget what my question was.
I have a question. If you use your equipment in miscellaneous line, are you talking you would get money back from insurance to cover that 75? Because are you going to be able to have $14,000 left in those, within those 2 months to suffice throughout the year?
That was kind of gonna be where I was.
So
So what he was saying is that typically in their equipment budget, they allow to repurchase things, but depending on the outcome of the investigation, most, if not all, will be replaced by insurance, so he won't need that equipment budget line for this fiscal year.
yeah, ultimately, I need
Right, if all,
recruitment and retention because we're gonna find the guys.
Obviously say reimburse.
Essentially, like repairs still might have to happen, they still might have to be inspected, oil change, anything like that. But essentially,
But those are the other, so those are
two major lines.
are what you really don't need that per se, because it's possibly a.
Like everything's developed in this tax law, and I am hopeful that we would not need that money for equipment because everything would be covered by insurance.
If we didn't do this evening and waited 2 weeks, what are we risking? We're risking
Loss of the apparatus.
We don't
and
get
an
it.
increase of $100,000+ if the next one that becomes available increases like everything else.
Why is everything a push every time?
timing,
Yeah.
timing.
They don't keep this.
So ultimately, this vehicle would be stored. We would take ownership of it and then give the shaper engine back and then put it at the DPW. There are some other plans within the village to try to come up with some potential options, but I won't speak to those just with further city and other people.
So
Have we talked to our insurance agent about this scenario?
adjuster, yes, today. And this seems like an easy,
right,
again.
this seems like a no-brainer because we're gonna save money, we're gonna get a truck sooner.
Correct. And
We're still in the state of the insurance system.
Right,
for the price of $84,000, essentially, we're getting a brand new vehicle.
what is should the squad, I mean, we know the squad's gonna be told, there's no way it's not going to be. What is you said in the beginning, or when you were talking, like, say they don't total it for 4 months, hypothetically. What is how long will the manufacturer hold the $900,000 fire truck for us?
That's what we're up against. I signed a letter of
Say
intent.
as long as we need it to, but we've dealt with Phil, I've personally dealt with Phil for probably 20+ years at this point.
Mhm.
He used
You're
to
not
come
that
out
old.
in the bucket service for 21 years. Actually, tomorrow, 21 in our citizens. He used to bring down fire trucks because it was always one of those great adventures. So, hey, look at this big fire truck that'll never fit in the building.
Mhm.
And eventually we got to the point where we were able to buy a truck and everything, but I believe he would do everything in his power to help us out through this unique situation.
Because like on the other hand, my fear is like, as good as things have been with Skylar Heights right now, like at any moment, they could say, see
You're
you
out.
later. And the same with the other vehicle, like if they have another vehicle go down, they're gonna need that back, and then we have nothing, right? Like, and I honestly feel like we've taken bigger risks with way more money than this would be.
The other, and the other,
Thank
the other, thing that we're gonna pursue is right now, there's a lot of public, and political sympathy for us.
Yep.
And so, if we sign an agreement and plead our case that we need a little bit of help here, we might easily get it. So I think,
Like,
Person-
GoFundMe page, something like
yes,
Well, we do
A little-
have,
Yeah.
we do have a parallel on the page.
Hey, go for it.
Like buying insurance today.
are you offering to write a check? The risk is worth the reward, in my opinion. And so that's why we wanted to squeeze it into the agenda here tonight, instead of losing an opportunity that I think is solvable. So in my opinion, I think it's worth the risk and a first step towards getting towards normalcy with our department.
I'm gonna make a motion for Brian to sign a letter of intent to purchase a stock demo vehicle at $984,153.
And what's the name of the
Remember
company?
it off the top of your head?
Do I write everything down?
What's the name of the company?
It's something, but it's Vandermolen Corporation.
Vandermolen, from Vandermolen.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Bye.
Any opposed? I'm quite confident Nick would be a yes if he were here as well, so. Okay, all right, David, I'll get with you in the morning.
Thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow morning.
Yes,
to get that signed and sent
I have a
over.
doctor's appointment first thing, so I'll see you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you guys very much. Hopefully this is one step in finally getting back to normalcy.
Thank you. All right, back to our regular scheduled program. We're talking about, since we did officially receive word that the $1.092 million from Paul Tonko's office through congressional grants is in fact coming, starting to get in the process. We have talked about officially adding the change orders to add the originally, let's see, change order number 2, right?
Yes, to construct water mains in the side streets of Hampton Street, Falling Street, and north of Hendrick Avenue.
Correct. And as far as the questions on pricing, the contractor's bid is essentially the same. The only thing they can't hold 100% from the original bid is commodities, so gravel, asphalt, those things. And so that's part of the reason why we didn't spend all of the 1.092. So, so I would ask the board to consider allowing me to sign those change orders and get that on the books.
I will make a motion to authorize the mayor to sign change order number 2 in order to move forward on the construction work for water mains on the streets of Hampton, Pauling, and Hendrick, which will include the installation of an 8-inch water main, hydrants, valves, and water service within the village rights of way, and abandonment of the existing water main. This work was included as an alternate bid, was as after construction in early 2025.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And sidewalks go in on Amsterdam tomorrow, so weather permitting. Hope it doesn't rain.
What? That sidewalk, that sidewalk.
I'm sorry. Curbs. Curve.
Don't scare
I'm
her.
sorry.
God.
I-
Here's
Put that back in the bag. No sidewalks. Sorry, I wish. Sorry, folks. All right. Put that back in the bag. I didn't say that. Sorry. Don, village website.
We got two scenarios that they offer, and, I didn't get a chance to, I couldn't get to them, where, like, completing the fees, a lot of them, the certain fees that we're gonna pay, and the annual payroll fee is $400 a year, annual hosting is $600 a year. Backups is $1,200 a year. The total annual is $2,200 a year. That's just the stuff that has to be done. They keep everything. If we wanted to, if we wanted to take care of inputting the information, to give a total one-time cost of $900, and that's for the documentation for WordPress and the training. So the total for the first year is $3,100. After that, would be $2,200. The flat rate will basically be $500 a month, and they would take care of anything. But if something was, like, say you want those, excuse me, take those.
So
No.
I had a conversation with Steve about the language in this because I don't like intended use versus like scope of services piece of it. Like they say, like they're gonna cover the day to day, but I could see if we like said something literally every day, they'd be like, oh, well, you're at your max for this week. So like the next one is.
So Steve and I'm talking, and I think we can ask them to tighten up the language as far as what exactly is included with the scope.
Yeah, I just like, cause I just would hate to then see us then be like, oh, well, you've done too much this month, so like now we're gonna hit you with another $1,000.
So we're gonna table this for,
Yeah,
search a motion to table.
a motion to table, yeah, so we could.
All those in favor? That's fine. We'll get them to, I understand, but we'll just get them to list exactly what's included with the normal scope under their monthly.
Yeah, because then if they start hitting us for every 15 minutes above what they believe, then we're,
Fair enough. Table this. Mayor's report. Okay, I'm gonna keep it brief. 3 of our 4 village signs across the village are, well, 2 of them fell down. And one of them on the corner of Menands and 378 is about to fall down.
oh, the like wood.
They're made of wood and their time has come and gone.
Oh, 20 years old.
Yes. And the only one that is still alive is the one that somebody ran over on the corner of Sage Hill and Van Rensselaer that got replaced, I think, for free, right? Insurance.
Really, DOI.
Yeah.
So one of that.
So, I went out and I took some price that I went to the first of the company that made the original signs and their price was 40. I'm just mentioning this. I'm going to submit to the board for next meeting's consideration. The cost for basically all 4 was here and then per sign was over here. So,
Who was the original?
Vital Signs. And then AM and J is the better of the 2. So stay local. I'll present that for the board for consideration next. And they're metal, they're not made of wood. They're aluminum posts and installation is included. So, we are finally moving forward and closing out the Restore New York project for Mid-City Plaza. Hopefully we will get the final documents. I'll work with Mary Jane and Don to get everything they need. And work with Steve of an opinion of council letter. And we will get New Retina's $500,000 that goes towards the renovation of Mid-City Plaza and all the fun improvements that he did there. I am going to give the board a proposal to look at the parcels that the village owns up in the north part of the village along the just north of the CDTA Park and Ride. There's at least 3 village-owned parcels up there that we are potentially looking at as a temporary fire station. I've also reached out to Chris Connors from British American, who owns the parcel next door where that brick building is. It used to be a car sales. Yeah, correct. And seeing if we can somehow do some sort of a collaboration, and he was very much in favor of sitting down and talking about that. And seeing how he could help. So I'm going to ask the board to consider a proposal from Labella to give a survey of all of those sites. Asking Mike Hagman, he had no idea where exactly where the lines are for each of the parcels, and I think it would be worth exploring so that we eventually know what's what. I'll be presenting that next time. We received our $10,000 reimbursement from the town of Colony for last year's ADA community development block grant. So that went back to reimburse some of the work that Labella did on our ADA ramp and design for 250 Broadway, which obviously is on hold right now. The Providence Senior Living at the Daughters of Charity at 98 Menands Road is moving forward. They have only a couple more reservations to take in order to get approval from and proceed with their financing to start the construction process. So that's exciting. They put a new sign up at the front of the facility announcing that it's coming soon. And
Just on that note, I received a call today from Sarah Freeman from 911. When we get to that, with that first, she wants to name all the streets for 911 and not just use the position in the road. So she wants to rededicate all the streets and like.
I think we've done ways before, like something way, but we'll talk about that.
Andrew Van White.
Yeah. Somebody go to that heads downhill.
But I just want to tell you that so that we're in a kind of a challenge about.
Okay. Recently, we started to do some clearing and flooring work for the retention pond that the village owns at the end of Upland and in kind of in the middle here that connects to School Path. The retention pond was completely overgrown, hasn't been attended to, and
Hasn't been retaining anything in a very, 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 very long time.
so between an effort of the village DPW, who had a skid steer and with a grinder on it, which did some but wasn't capable of doing all the work, and an expenditure of $5,000 from groundscaping that started to at least get us access to it. I think I mentioned I applied for a Albany County Municipal Stormwater and Stabilization Grant. I am confident we will get the $40,000 that we can apply to this project and then do some additional work. The $5,000 that we've spent goes towards a match. So we're hoping that we hear sometime this month that we've been approved for that grant. And that's all I have. Lisa.
The spice of the month of the library this month is poppy seeds. So if you want to bake with poppy seeds, go to the library and pick some up. That's what I got.
All right.
Poppy seeds. Poppy.
Tim.
Yeah, so I was with the situation over at the police department, and that is where Stuart Ken Franklin keeps his records. I'd spoken to him, with concerns about his records, and he said it's no concern. I was very pleased to hear this. He says nothing to worry about. He has backup records all on his computer at his town office, which also has an office at the town. So he says there's no way we're going to lose anything. Regardless, so he was pretty confident we're in good shape, and that was good to hear. So,
Thanks, Tim. Lisa.
You did me already, Molly. It's okay. I said poppy seeds. Tim said Kevin hasn't lost any records.
Okay.
And it's
Molly.
Molly's turn.
I want to thank the school for moving their meeting to tomorrow night. So there's a school board meeting here tomorrow night that was supposed to take place tonight. And that's all.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, and thank you to the school
Yes,
for everything. The staging of all of the people was very helpful, and so thank you to them.
I think the board should do a proclamation to the school. You know, they, I was, Brian and I were walking, they, we're here for most of the time with that whole event. But Jen was also here.
Yeah.
Jen, you know,
Always asking if we needed anything.
she, I just think it'd be, I think we could do that.
I'll look that up and send it around for everyone to look at before. Thank you.
Oh, the only other question I had was on the monthly that came out. How come we didn't push the costs? On the calendar. They were in there.
Yes.
But on
I
the.
think we just wanted the calendar.
Okay.
But they're all added in.
Okay.
That was my fault. Like, I put them in the wrong calendar.
Cause like I hold it and just hang it up and then I like realized, I was like, wait, don't.
Well,
So does it say concert?
no, hang on a second. So finish what you're gonna say.
I had like 12 calendars and put them on one calendar. I thought it was in that one, so that's my bad.
So last week, I had the same problem about the concerts. I don't know what made me, whatever brought me to it. I was making our monthly family calendar. And I looked on the village website and we have an events calendar and the concerts aren't on our own events calendar.
There was a request, I sent an email to be put in the next batch of updates, but we don't want to do updates piecemeal because of the whole.
Right. Yes.
The next thing. I have an email signature of those sent, that should be.
Okay.
It'll be,
Well,
the next.
I don't know.
All right.
The next batch should be tomorrow.
Okay.
Not just some one-off thing, so that maybe.
Well, I had to go to Facebook and scroll back to April to find out when they were. And I was like, that was frustrating.
You go to the front of the village office.
Yeah, there's a banner that I can't read when I drive by. And there's a banner when I get off 787, that is, the font is too small and I can't read it. I ain't going there.
Digital is not the only way to use it. Just call me, because they're out 30 cents. Who's playing? Why do like that? Why would you get?
Don, do you have anything for your clerk report?
No, I'm done.
So there's a concert tomorrow at
Yes,
6 o'clock.
yes.
Favorite players. So
Yeah, we're starting out big. And yeah, we're starting out with the big guns.
And the weather looks
it's cleared up.
okay. Forget it.
That's what we're gonna manage.
Yeah. Mary Jane.
We already said at the end of last year that we borrowed 200,000 from the sewer. I put that back in, so that's all done.
Thank you.
Yes, well,
Do we have to author?
taxes, of course, penalty, a lot of the taxes are in.
So the sewer fund lent the general fund, and now the general fund has repaid the sewer.
Right, we pre-approved that, we said, okay,
We said that when we borrowed, when I asked you.
That she was on
To make expenses.
okay,
Yeah, when the tax really started coming in, I was going to move it over.
thank you.
We actually give ourselves until what, next February or something, but
It has to be paid by the next fiscal year.
yeah, next fiscal.
And then I wanted it out of the way just because I don't want you to be like stuck with.
Well, but then we have real numbers besides, so that's appreciated, yes.
And, like I said, most of the taxes are in and posted penalty and the water bills just went out. I had one person actually pay online.
Ready. The first day. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's go to public comments. Bill's not here. I'm,
He said he wasn't staying.
okay.
Sure, I can pretend.
No, please. Where's the squirrel? He did submit some items. to
He
the
has some
board.
written
He
comments in here.
anticipated this being a long meeting and he was not staying.
So he did submit some things that the board has. So anyone else?
Good question. With the fire trucks, some of them can be sold as salvage, can't it? I mean,
Not until.
Not until it's total.
And if you take the fire truck, if the insurance company pays off the insurance company, it becomes property. of
the insurance company.
So,
Okay.
so no, you can't get it out.
Anyone else?
Well, we are gonna park it up station lane.
Yeah. What truck are we buying for 900 and whatever that figure is?
It's a fire.
Which truck is it?
It's the, this
The
was
one-
SWAT 6, it was SWAT 6, it was a regular. It wasn't the ladder.
The one that.
The one with the ladder.
The ladder truck is also damaged, all three of them are damaged,
Right.
but that one got worse. We bought this one 2 years ago from, it was a used vehicle that
From
was.
West Albany.
West Albany.
From West Albany.
Mhm.
And we used ARPA funds to buy it, so it didn't really cost, it cost a bit of money, but it cost a bit of money.
It was the one that totally burned. Still in it.
I think we're up.
Yep. Anyone else? Need a motion to adjourn.
Oh, motion to adjourn.
I will second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
That is a definite.
I got it.
Oh, if anybody's mine, I didn't know say.
Reasonable meeting. Or,
It was shorter than another meeting.
yeah, take it like.
Son of a gun, there's so many papers, I can't unfold them.
Yeah.